like, oh, I did this on my own. No, I'd be like, Lord, Father, thank you. Thank you for opening my eyes. Thank you. You know, always talking to him. I'm telling you, man, because I just won't be that person that's like, oh, I did this. I got through it because nobody knows. Absolutely.
But it's so funny that you said that because I actually, since I've been at this job, there was this woman who I worked with, and she just recently retired. Wednesday of last week was her last day. And she's an older woman, been married for 40-something years, has a daughter who's in her 30s. She's very close to her daughter. One day she and I were talking, and I brought up the fact of just God just really taking me and doing a complete rearrangement in me, just within my spirit, and how he brought me here to the great state of Alabama, how I'm, just doing all these things and just flourishing. She said, I'll never forget, she said, God didn't do that. You did that. You got yourself up. You picked yourself up and you did this and you did that. And I was appalled. Because for one, let me tell you, I'm the type of person where I don't push my beliefs on anyone else. Okay? Because I don't know what people believe. She's an older woman. She's in her 60s. I don't know how she believes in God. I don't know her strength in God. I don't know any of that. I just know mine. I'm only accountable for me. But to hear her say that, to hear her say that it was not God who did that for me, but it was me, how do you think I was able to even have these opportunities had it not been for God? So you think that I'm big enough to do all of this, to bless me with all that I have? No, ma'am. This is bigger than me. This is way bigger than me. So sometimes you have to know when not to go there with people, because what they say, you can't argue with a fool because people from a distance can't tell who is who. I wasn't going to do that. I wasn't going to sit there and argue with her. You know what I'm saying? Because I can't make you believe what I believe. Just like there's somebody who may be Muslim and believe in a Muslim God or whatever. I can't knock people for what they choose to believe in. I can only be accountable for me. But I do know I can't really pay you no mind when you dismissing God. Because then that's something that I don't agree with. So I politely said, okay. Okay. I'm not going to argue with you. If you think that I was big enough to do all of this without the help of my creator, then you're very sad. You have some sad facts. And I just left it at that. So some people just really don't believe what we believe, and I don't believe in forcing my opinions on anyone else because I don't think it's fair. Just like I wouldn't want somebody to force their opinions and their beliefs on me because I believe what I believe.
Yeah. And I feel as though when we force our belief, people don't take to it. But when we just be the example, I always hear Joyce Meyer say, be the example. You don't have to keep beating a dead horse about your belief. You could just be the example. And once you're the example, when your light shines, people see you, people see your blessings, quote unquote, fruit, and then they'll start being curious. Well, child, how in the world, how you do this? How you do that? And all you got to say is, it was nothing but God. That's all. And that's when you give the credit to the Most High, what you're supposed to do. Now, however they take it, however they take it. But it will be a point of time when they see that fruit continuously growing in your garden of life, they'll be like, oh, well, maybe she on to something.
Yeah.
Maybe they
and see, this is the thing. Everybody can grow fruit, but that don't make it good fruit. Everybody gonna grow some fruit. But that don't mean you can eat off everybody's tree. Because some fruit ain't no good on the inside.
No, you cannot. That's true. But when your fruit cause when you're good, when you have good fruit, it shows differently.
That's
because
right.
You don't have stress. You have peace. You don't have strife. You have peace. You don't have weakness. You have strength. You you don't have a fool's brain, you have wisdom. So your ripe fruit, that vine of Christ, that type of fruit, oh, that's totally different than a person that's trying to get fruit on their own behalf by the enemy. That it doesn't, because it doesn't last. It doesn't last. You'll see them 1 minute all up and doing that, and next minute they broke as a joke. They don't, and then they stay that way, and they don't know how to handle it. That ugly place. We all have ugly places. I could be having it one moment, and the next moment I'm in an ugly place, in an ugly season, but I know that I'm gonna get through it. See, that's the difference. People that don't have that relationship with Christ, when they in their ugly stages, when they in their season of despair, they don't know what to do. So that's why they go to suicide. That's why depression takes over. That's why anxiety takes over. But see, when you have that strength that you're supposed to have, and you have that relationship with Christ, when depression comes, the enemy don't win. God will win, because he will get you through. When anxiety comes, when panic attack comes, because it will come, it's not like no magic. Oh, I'm a zap, biggity boo. Oh no, you're not gonna have it. No, you're gonna feel some feelings, but it's how you execute those feelings. And I'm only speaking of one who suffered panic attacks, who suffered depression, who suffered anxiety really bad, who suffered suicidal thoughts. But I had to get on my knees. I'm talking about butt naked. Like, yo, God, no, take these demons away from me. It was so bad because I was letting the enemy play with that alcohol. I was drinking. I was drinking so bad. So when I was drinking, the enemy was just laughing at me like, yeah, I'm winning. But that moment when I was like, oh no more. I can't take it no more. That's when it changed my life. I can't explain the feeling that I feel because I don't even
I felt it.
Yeah, I don't even remember the feeling. I don't even remember the feeling at the moment when God changed my life. I just know that it happened.
There's usually there's usually something that resonates inside of you. It's almost like a light, like somebody turned, like the light just came on inside of you, and it just was like, this is just not going the way you need it to go, and something's got to change. And then you pick the thing that brings you the most insecurities and the most unstableness, and the thing in your life that you feel is the foundation of all the bad choices that you're making. You know what I'm saying? Because that's ultimately what people don't understand is alcohol is alcohol. There's no hiding what it does to you. It says it right on the bottle what to expect. When you buy this bottle and you drink it, this is what you are going to get. There's no sugar coating it. There's no hiding it. It says it plain as day. Alcohol cannot make you buy it. It's a choice that you make. You go into the store, you pick what they say, pick your poison. You buy it, you pay for it, you carry it, you put it in a car, you go home, you pour it, and you drink it.
Pick your poison. Listen to the fact. We make our own sayings, but we don't pay attention to what's coming out of our mouth. Pick your poison. That's what the cashier tell you when you go to the liquor store.
That's right.
You gotta pour your own troubles.
Yep. That's exactly what they say. Pour your own troubles.
Wow. Yeah, you gotta pour your own trouble. Pick your poison. It's
That's
like
right.
the signs are right there in our face, and we just make fun of it like, whatever. Well, let me go ahead and still do me. No. Why put yourself through that? But we was talking about the confident woman, and I like John Maxwell yesterday, man. The 4 points I got from him was follow your purpose of passion, finding your strength zone, knowing God will be there for you in life, obey God's will for your life. And I wanted to discuss a little bit finding your strength zone. Finding your strength zone. I was talking to you yesterday, and I was like, yo, I'm going to write down what I believe my strengths are. And this is what I got. And it's not everything, but this is what God touched me. My strengths, giving advice, my poetry, having style, positive speaking over
Mhm.
myself and others, and being aware of myself
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
helping helping children with their education. Now I know that's not everything,
Okay.
but I know that
That's
is
a good start.
something. Yeah, those are
That's
the
a
ones
great
that I know
start.
I got 8 or higher. Because I remember John saying, your strength zones are what you already know is like an 8. Like if you go 1 out of 10, you know it's an 8. Because if you get the training, if you get everything that you're supposed to do to increase your strength, you're only going to go 1 up. So if you have an 8, then you'll go to a 9 or a 10. If you have a 9, then you'll go to the 10 or above. And if you have a 10 with it, then you're just going to be above it. So, people like, oh, my strength is singing, but you can't do no vibrato, baby, with 5. And by the time you really get there, you might be a 7. But that's on the average. So those are my 8 to 10 levels of strength zone that I have so far that I can mention.
Okay, so I have a few. I did not write them down because I wasn't prepared for to talk about that tonight. So, and then when we talked about it yesterday, I was kind of out and about, so I didn't come home and write it down. So I'm just gonna say maybe like a few that just come to me off the top of my head.
Yeah,
As
definitely.
far as my strength zones, I would say the very first one is my ability to forgive. I have always
Yes.
been that way. I've always been the person who don't hold grudges for too long. Somebody can really hurt my feelings and call me in a couple of months and truly apologize, and I will forgive them. That doesn't necessarily mean I will hang with them again or accept them back into my world and every day we talk, but I will forgive them. I will forgive them. I will make peace with it. If I see you out and about, I will speak to you. I don't hate you. That's just one of the things about me. Another thing about me is that I truly, truly, truly have mastered learning to love people where they are in their journey. I don't care
Right.
where you work. I don't care what you do, as long as it's not hurting me or anyone that I love. Wherever you are in your journey, and that's kind of been a blessing and a gift and a curse at the same time.
Mhm.
Because I loved people who weren't really great in their journey, and then when they got where they thought they needed to be, who got the boot? Me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, it's kind of been a gift and a curse, but I feel like it's been more of a gift because God loves us for where we are in our journey. So I don't think that's a bad trait at all. And another thing I would probably say, my strength zone is actually definitely giving good advice, but on top of that, it's giving authentic advice. It's
Yeah.
giving advice that is not always going to be like, you're right, you're right. It's giving advice like, well, no, baby, you need to be accountable for what you're doing.
That's
You
right.
need to realize that maybe right now you're not making the best choices. Let's work on it. Let's decide how we can do X, Y, Z. And I'm just learning how to do that with myself. So to
Yeah.
be able to do that for other people is big for me because people just tend to talk to me about what they got going on. And I met a lady at Five Below. I was literally in Five Below for 3 minutes. I don't know what made her come up to me, and she just started talking to me. And she started talking to
Mhm.
me about her marriage. I'm not married.
Mm.
I've never been married. And this woman
Oh
felt the
wow.
need to open up to me and talk to me, and we sat at Five Below and talked. It was it was
Mm.
it was crazy because I've never, I've had people talk to me, but nobody that quickly and to open up about something as serious as what's going on in your marriage. This lady was telling me her business before she even told me her name. So I
Whoa.
took that as that's a sign that
Yeah.
me wanting to be a motivational coach, me wanting to uplift and inspire and encourage women, and me wanting to teach women how to be the best version of themselves. That it's coming. It's
Yeah.
all coming. And so, that was big. That was a big moment for me because I definitely saw the sign in that.
Yeah.
Out of all the people in Five Below she could have talked to, she gravitated to me.
Yeah.
So that was big. So
That's
those are some
amazing.
of my strength zones, definitely.
And I see that you're aware too, because some people
Yeah.
will
Oh
jump to
man. Yeah.
some people will just be like, man, crazy lady talking about. But
People got to learn how to pay attention to signs.
yeah,
Like, signs are
definitely.